Hi there. So today's video is going to be about great communication, great sex. That's the title. We need great communication to have great sex. As we all know and we've heard, women oftentimes will say that without great communication, they just don't feel sexual. They're motivated through their feelings, emotions. But it's really true for men too. We need communication. We need to be able to express who we are. It's the biggest aphrodisiac, as I've said many times. And it's true for men and women to be able to express who we are and to get to know our partner. So even though men may not know it, communication and sex only for everybody. So what I find with couples is that their communications are somewhat defensive, reactive, because, we're always trying to protect ourselves. We want to be right. And it's more important to be right than be connected. So I want you to change that. It's more important to be connected than be right. There is no one reality. One of the worst things that we could do in communication is to go after the truth. It is a waste of time, and it really doesn't matter because your partner is going to see things and feel things differently. So your partner's truth is going to be within yours. So one of the most important first things about communicating pain is we talk about communicating pleasant feelings in a minute, but communicating pain is that we need to actually breathe, soften, practice receptive, and being open when our reflex, our knee-jerk reaction is going to oftentimes be offensive or to debate. So if you want to have a great sex, you can drop the debate, you can drop trying to prove you're right. Instead, you want your partner to feel heard. So that's very important. Now, another aspect of communication is communicating pleasant feelings, powerful feelings, loving feelings. Communicating to create intensity is what I like to say. We need to create intensity in a relationship. And oftentimes it needs words, which is verbal communication, and it also can need nonverbal communication. Research has shown that 93% of communication is nonverbal. So we need to really pay attention to our nonverbals when we communicate. So for example, if my wife and I are going out for an evening and she's dressed up and she looks good, I could say, look nice. Or I could say, you look nice. Same words, total different feel. It's creating an intensity. That, even the way I said it, creates a certain intensity. So looking at each other's eyes, gazing at each other. I knew one couple clients of mine, who said that they spend 5 minutes every night just gazing at each other's eyes. That's intense. And most people, it's like they'll blow a fuse of that. But I'll tell you what, they can look at sex. They just communicated through just being with each other through their eyes. Very important. So our tone, our eyes, our smiles, our flirting. Flirting is very important. It's more important to flirt with your partner of 20 years than it is when in the first date. It's the first date, it's all new and exciting. Use it to consciously flirt with your partner. Very important. Of course, verbally too. Thinking of what words. How can I express my appreciation? What are some things that would uplift her? How can I compliment my partner? Whether it's about looks or about parenting. I sometimes will go around thinking about what can I do to compliment my wife. I mean, all I gotta do is think about it. I can come up with a number of things. But if I don't think about it, I won't come up with it. And then once I come up with it, I need to say it. So if I say to her, I gotta tell you, our kids are currently out of the country. The way you've been there for them has been amazing. That creates intensity. It does with words. So whether it's nonverbal or verbal, you want to create that intensity. You want to have that closeness. You, of course, can also communicate through touch. It's a form of communication, too. You want to communicate love. You want to communicate, I cherish you. You want to communicate, I'm important. Do that in touch, which I say, it's a subsection of verb. But you just want to use your hands, use your eyes, use your tone, and of course, use your words to create that intensity. So whether you're using communication to learn how to be mature and deal with pain, or you use your communication, nonverbal and verbal, to be creative, to create intensity. Those both will allow to have a sex life that's absolutely, I'll put it this way, that at least you'll reach your centering potential. As your communication opens, so does the different parts of your body that are required to enjoy good sex. So listen to this video, follow this advice, and you'll be glad you did. This is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.